welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be here in front of the camera today. I've been working so hard behind the scenes on like production value and marketing and just so many different things for my brand and my YouTube channel, and this is the fun part. Like being here in front of the camera, like spending time with y'all, like doing makeup, like this is the stuff that I love. And lately I've been doing so much of the other stuff. So hopefully that is reflected in my work, but I'm very excited to be filming today because this is why I do this. But with that being said, I hope you guys can see a difference in my setup. Maybe you can't. I have done a lot of different things like my camera work and my lighting and my setup and, you know, all the boring like production-y stuff. So hopefully you can tell. And maybe not. Maybe I was amazing all along and I just didn't know it. But I really doubt it. So I have my coffee here. I've got my sparkly top on. I have like a sequin shirt on and I'm really excited to get ready with y'all. I'm gonna do extensions. I'm gonna do like a cool toned sparkly eye. We're gonna do the whole thing today because I just feel like I haven't done like a full glam on camera for a while. The last couple get ready with me's, I didn't do like full glam. I did more, I don't know, like a nice soft, like everyday, just an excuse to get ready kind of thing. And today I want to do like the full thing. So for my hair, I'm going to be putting in these extensions. These are the Irresistible Me hair extensions. These are clip-ins. They are not a perfect match, but when my hair is curled and they're clipped in, I feel like I can pull them off. These are actually the extensions I wore in Vegas. So all my Vegas pictures, this is what I had on. My hair is obviously pre-curled right now. That's one of my favorite things about extensions though. Like I just keep my extensions curled and then I curl my hair and then I just pop them in and it's like quick and simple. I feel like the like sew-ins and tape-ins are so popular right now, but I just find that those seem like so much more work to me than just doing a clip-in. But these are the Irresistible Me Honey Blonde. What I did was I toned them, not with a toner, but I did like a really heavy purple shampoo. Like I said, they're not a perfect match, but I'm really happy with the way that they look, and they're very comfortable and they're very affordable. So I'm just gonna pop these bad boys in. And these are the 14-inch. At first I thought they were gonna be a little too short, but I was wrong. I really like this length. I think this is really good. It doesn't look like too fake, you know? And I don't wear all of them just because my head isn't that big, like my actual surface area of my head, not the amount of hair that I have, but I can only fit so many clips on my head. So I wear 1, 2, 3. Okay, I wear the big full track and then I wear a couple of side tracks and then I'll plug in a few of the individual pieces if I need to. Okay, and one of my favorite tips for making your extensions match your hair, if you're not doing custom, you know, coloring, because I think if you're not doing custom coloring, it's really hard to get your extensions to match perfectly, which like I said, mine don't match perfectly, but what I really like to do is take a root spray. You guys have seen me use these before on my channel. I use this in my hair to touch up in between colorings, but what I'll do is I'll actually take the track and I will spray the track. So I'll just spray that, and that way the color at the root matches my root color a little better. And what I'll even do, which is like a little crazy, but I'll actually clip it in my hair and then I'll have my husband come and lift my hair and spray it anywhere where he can see a track. So I'll actually put it on, and then if I feel like there's any like gaps or somewhere where he can see it, he'll just spray it for me and it just blends right in, and that makes a huge difference. So that's a good little trick. It's definitely like a silly little hack, like you're just like spraying color on your head, but it works great. Okay, so I have the big full piece all along the back, so that really big chunky one down there, and then I have a couple of the 3 tracks on the sides, and then I'm just gonna take my little tiny individual ones and plug them in. I usually put this one, like I'll just lift this piece right here And then I swirl it around and plug it in. So there's that little piece right there. And then I will take my last little piece, which I don't like to have too forward in the bang. Like I feel like if I put it right here, it like dangles in my face all day and looks silly. So I like to keep my real bang as my real bang. And then I'll plug the final piece in kind of like right before the bang. Okay, so you can kind of see the last two pieces. I don't know if you can see it, but here is my real hair and here's the fake hair right here. And then on this side, this is the fake hair. So I do have them towards the fronts of my face, but I don't like them like up in the bang area because I feel like they end up looking, I don't know, I don't like them that close. I know a lot of people do, but that's how I put them in. And then I think that they just look really pretty in the back. They're really great for styling. And I always curl my extensions because I don't feel like they ever look right if they're not curled. I keep my extensions pre-curled, like the actual extensions, I keep them curled, and then I curl my hair, and then I just stick them in. So it's pretty fast and easy. If my hair is already curled and my extensions are already curled, I can put them in like 10 minutes. So a lot of people think that extensions are a big hassle, but I don't find that. I am gonna take my curling wand and just make sure that I'm happy with everything. There's just a couple pieces that I wanna curl a little bit. If I'm finding that they're not blending well, like my natural hair and my extensions, I'll curl them together. Kind of the way that you curl your lashes with your fake lashes with your real lashes. Like you can kind of blend them together when you do it together, but I don't usually need to. In my last Get Ready With Me, I was talking about how much I wanted to have a hot girl summer. I was talking about wanting to go out and just have a good time and like leave 2020 in the dust and move forward and just enjoy my life. And I've been doing that. I've been having a hot girl summer, a married hot girl summer. I'm not really sure what hot girl summer means, but I think to some people it's not something married people do, and I'm married. But I wore these extensions in Vegas and I just felt like so sexy and fun, and like I posted a ton of pictures in Vegas. So I had the best time, the best birthday ever. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you saw a lot of Vegas content. And I feel like these Irresistible Me hair extensions just made me like so sexy. They made me irresistible, you know? You know what there's a lot of in Vegas? There's a lot of extensions in Vegas. Not just hair extensions too, lashes. Oh my gosh, you guys. I have never seen lashes bigger than the lashes in Vegas. I was like, y'all are gonna fly away. I absolutely loved Vegas though. It's so much fun in Vegas. It ended up being, well, we ended up spending a lot more money than I had planned. Which is what's tricky. Like if you want to have a good time, you gotta spend the money to do it. But we stayed at the Cosmopolitan and it was so beautiful, so amazing. I had the best time. I have so many good pictures and I just absolutely loved it. I've been dying to go back and it's only been like a month. So that's it for my hair. Pretty easy, kind of messy curls, I guess, but I like this style a lot. I think it's really just like fun and full and fabulous. And I really love just like big curly hair. Like maybe it's the Southern Belle in me, maybe it's like, I don't know what it is, but I love like really big, really curly hair. I guess it's kind of 80s, I don't know, but I love it. So I think the reason why my Vegas trip was so successful is I did so much research before I went, and I really planned out the trip. Like I really made an agenda on everything I wanted to do and everything I wanted to see, down to like what I wanted to order at restaurants. Like I'm a big planner, but I felt like making all those reservations and really planning ahead allowed me to maximize my time, and I did so much stuff. Seriously, if you guys are looking for like best stuff to do in Vegas, go check out my Instagram because I shared a lot of it over there. I was tagging places, I was leaving reviews. I had the best time. Oh my gosh, the best drinks, the best like I'm a big vibe hunter, you know, like I gotta find the place where there's a vibe and you're gonna have a good time. And oh my gosh, it was just the best trip ever. And I ended up spending just as much as I probably would have on like a foreign destination, which, you know, that kind of hurts your heart a little bit when you're like, oh my gosh, like I could have just like gone to Mexico, but I had the best time, so it's okay. And I've been sharing a lot of stuff on my Instagram lately. I feel like I'm always talking about my Instagram, but it's because I used to be so nervous to like post a picture. Like I felt like it had to be perfect, it had to be edited, it had to be like, I don't know, like Instagram model, you know, like it kind of gets to your head when you're doing social media that if it's not perfect, you can't post it. So then you just never post anything. And it's hard to balance like being interesting and like doing social media and creating content that people like, but also being organic and natural to yourself. Or at least that's hard for me. Maybe some people don't struggle with that, but that's something I've been really struggling with. And I feel like I'm really starting to get more comfortable with just what I'm posting and who I am and what I want to do. And hopefully that reflects through what I post. I think it does, but I've been posting a ton because I'm just like, this is me and this is what I want to share. And like, this is my body. No, it's not like the perfect Instagram body, but like I'm posting it, you know, like, so I've been sharing bikini pictures and like doing tons of stories. Like I've been trying to take the filters off my story, which is very intimidating because for a while there, I felt like I had to have a filter on my Instagram story to post something. Like I was embarrassed just to be like normal faced. Like I'm putting on all these psycho filters that make you look like a completely different person. And I felt like I couldn't post unless I did that. And I'm trying really hard to like not feel that way and not do that to myself. So I've been deleting the filters and I've been, you know, being myself and putting myself out there, and it definitely feels better once you do it, but it's intimidating at first. I'm gonna use this Wet n Wild foundation today. This is one that I really loved for a period of time. I was wearing it like every single day, and I haven't worn it in a while, so I'm gonna give it a go. I have a few different colors here, but I think my color is golden beige. And I just have a light self-tanner on. I was editing back my last video and the lighting wasn't great in it, but I did feel like the self-tanner just looked crazy. So I don't want to go that dark. I feel like it was looking a little psycho, if you guys go back and notice that. But not only did I feel like the color was just crazy, but the lighting didn't do me any favors either. So try this out. I feel like this is gonna look a lot better. I actually haven't been wearing hardly any drugstore foundation lately. Been mostly using high-end foundations, but I have been wearing a lot of drugstore concealers, which is interesting because I remember like 4 years ago, it was the opposite. I was wearing drugstore foundations and high-end concealers. So I don't know if that means the concealers are getting better or if my skin is getting worse, but my skin's actually doing amazing ever since we took our masks off. Oh my gosh. I finally have the mask mandate like fully removed from my life. Like I haven't worn a mask in a little over a month, I think, since I last wore one. I don't have to wear one at work anymore, ever. We still have like plexiglass up at work, like dividers, but I don't have to wear a mask anymore. I am fully vaccinated, of course, and I'm not wearing them out and about. I'm not wearing them to the grocery store. I'm like the only place that I know of that like you have to wear one in Utah is the airport, and I think public transportation, but there's not a ton of public transportation here in Utah. I've never like ridden the bus before, but like we have a track system, which is like an above ground subway, and I don't think people are wearing it on there. Maybe they're supposed to, but I don't think they are. So I've been working a ton, which definitely affects my ability to post as much as I want to. But I do work a full-time job. I do have a Monday through Friday, and then I also work my freelance career. So I'm a freelance makeup artist, and since 2020, I had no jobs in 2020. They've all rescheduled for 2021, which means that I'm not just doing the amount of clients that I normally would do, but I'm also taking on last year's clients as well. And it's been amazing. I've been so busy. I love doing makeup as much as I have been. And it's getting to a point where it's actually really becoming difficult to balance both. Which is usually a sign that you need to commit, right? That's what I've heard is if you're finding yourself in a position where it's overwhelming to have both your side hustle and like your Monday through Friday, then that means it's time to commit to your side hustle full time. So I'm definitely feeling the pressure to bite the bullet and be fully independent and self-employed, but that's very, very scary. So that's where my head's at. That's something, it's my dream, and my husband is so supportive and my family is so supportive. But it's very scary, and taking the risk and taking the plunge of being fully independent is so scary. And I feel like that's something that, you know, sets me apart on my channel, is that like so many people who do YouTube, they don't have like another job. Like this is either what they do full time, or this is like a fun side thing. Maybe they're vloggers or whatever. But like for me, it's like, this is my job. I do make money doing social media, but I also make money doing makeup, and I also make money doing my Monday through Friday. So there's, you know, several avenues of income coming in, and while I try to balance it all, I also try to be true to myself. And I'm getting to a point where I feel like I need to make a decision, because it's hard to do it all. I'm gonna take a little bit of this darker foundation. It's the same foundation, but in the color Desert Beige, and I'm just gonna use this to contour a bit, just a little bit. It's not way dark, like it's not the color of a contour, but it is a deeper tone. So I'm gonna use this around the perimeters of the skin, and then I'm gonna use it down the cheekbone. One of the great things about cream contour is that it can look so subtle, but I also think that people tend to layer it and build and build and build because it is so soft and they think it's not enough. But that's the point, is it's supposed to be subtle. I don't know that everyone went through the same amount of like emotional exhaustion that I went through last year. I think most people suffered a lot more than I did last year, but I definitely had some trauma throughout the whole experience, and there were a lot of things that I was just really hesitant to like move on from and like talk about. And you know, I was vocal about things on Instagram, but I think it was just a really hard time for everybody. And I noticed that I was having a really hard time like moving on, and I feel like finally, like literally in the last couple of months, I feel like I can move on. Like I feel like the trauma is over. And I remember when the Kardashians, their season was premiering when Khloe got COVID-19, and I was like, I can't watch this. Like I feel like I was not in a place where I could watch it and enjoy it. It still was so traumatizing to me, and I was still so afraid, and I like wasn't ready to like, I don't know, talk about it, or like to like have it be in pop culture. Like it really freaked me out, and I had a lot of fear from it. And this last couple months, when I, you know, finally was officially like fully vaccinated, like 2 weeks post my last vaccine, I was able to I came home and I cried, and I was so emotional about like, it's over, it's finally over. Like, and I remember then I felt like I could watch the Kardashians. So stupid. And then I felt like I could watch Khloe get COVID, and I feel like just very healthy, like emotionally right now. Like I feel like I feel very like I can move on, I guess. From everything we dealt with last year, and it took me a minute. I've gotten, you know, several odd comments from people from talking vocally about my feelings, and I feel like I'm pretty non-controversial for the most part. Like I do talk about my stance, but I'm not like, I don't know, super pushy or anything. So it's interesting to see people have such an opinion and be so triggered by someone who's so like casual like myself. But definitely some psycho comments in some of my videos regarding vaccines and regarding just a lot of the things that I do and say, which is so interesting that everybody's got an opinion. Every time I use this powder, I'm like blown away at how yummy it smells. This is the Fenty Beauty powder. I don't know why it smells this good. This is the banana, the Pro Filter, but oh my gosh, I don't know what it is. It's really subtle, but it's beautiful. It smells just yummy. You know that like luxurious cosmetic smell? It's like, just like this bougie, I don't know. It smells good. I always feel like eyebrows are the most boring thing to watch somebody else do, so sorry if you're bored. I got a PR package in the mail this past week, and my husband was like opening it up and like looking through all the goods. Does anyone else's husband do that? Is that just mine? He loves like skincare, and he's always so excited for me, so he's always excited to like open PR with me. Is that weird? I realize as I'm saying that out loud that might be a surprise to some people. But he was asking me about the mirrors on all the makeup. He's like, why is there mirrors on everything? He's like, I've never once seen you use like the little mirror on a bronzer to put on bronzer. He's like, do you do that? And I was like, no, I don't do that. I only do it when I'm filming, obviously right now, or if I'm like touching up. So maybe like a touch-up powder that I keep in my handbag, then I would use that. But like the fact that there's a mirror on every blush, every bronzer doesn't really make sense. And he was like, I just feel like this is so wasteful. He's like, who is out here using this teeny tiny little mirror to put on their makeup? And it was so funny to watch him try to like imitate it. Like he was like holding up the little palette, like the little powder, you know, something small, like something like this. And he's like holding it up, like trying to look in the mirror. And he's like, I can't imagine trying to do your makeup with this. Like it's so tiny. I was like, yeah, you're right. So I feel like I have manifested Tati Westbrook's return. Do you guys feel like that? Because literally I talked about her in a video and I was talking about how much I missed her, and next thing you know, she's back. I feel like I did that. So you're welcome, everyone. And all of you who are manifesting with me, you know, we did it together, I'm sure. Tati is back. And in honor of her return, we'll be using her beautiful palette today, which I've used several times because it's really, really, really good. But we're gonna use it today. My mom actually, when Tati came back, she like texted me and she was like, did you hear? Like, she's back. I was like, I did, Mom, I did hear. Like, I was like, yes, I know. And she was so excited, so. I definitely don't have thoughts around YouTube drama. I say that all the time on my channel. I have nothing to say because I don't care. I'm just happy she's back because I love her, and I think that that is enough. In addition to Tati's palette, I'm going to be using a bunch of MAC singles. This is just a MAC palette that I built, I don't know, a million years ago. So here's a bunch of different shades that I'm going to be using too, so you'll see me bounce around. When I first started watching YouTube, all that anybody used was MAC singles. I mean, MAC used to be like, you would have thought that MAC was the only brand, like the only high-end brand in the world. Like at one point, it seemed like you were using MAC if you were cool and you were using drugstore if you weren't. At least that's what, you know, I felt like. And now I feel like I only see makeup artists use MAC. Like I never see YouTubers use MAC ever, like ever. Maybe when like there's a big product launch, maybe if they do a PR push, I don't know, like Patrick Starr does MAC stuff, right? But I never see anybody, like when's the last time you saw someone use MAC Pro Longwear Concealer? I personally use MAC Pro Longwear Concealer on clients every single day, but I never see it on YouTube, which is really weird. I guess people just moved on. I guess maybe it's not cool anymore. I mean, their website sucks. That could be the problem. But I definitely feel like there's a lot more like Tarte and Urban Decay and NARS, and like I feel like Tarte, like brands that are pushing themselves, like to be part of like a PR push are the ones that are getting mentioned. So it's very interesting to see how that has evolved. Plus there's like a million different indie brands now. I mean, I use a ton of Morphe. That's an example of an indie brand that like I love, but there's so many that I can't keep up with. One of the makeup artists that I work for, that I work with and I assist her, she was saying, you know, Madison, you used to be such a huge product junkie. Like you used to be someone who was like trying out new products every day and hawking new products and stuff. And I was like, you know, I did. Like it was part of like, I don't know, the influencer effect, I guess. But now I just want products that work. Like I do enjoy trying new stuff and that's so fun. But if it doesn't work, it's not fun. Like, it's not fun to find fail products. Like, I don't enjoy the process of like, is it gonna work? Is it not gonna work? Like, I want every product to work. Does that make sense? That seems very obvious, like, duh, you want every product to work. But I feel like there is this excitement in the beauty industry, specifically around like influencers of trying new products. And like, it's about like, is it better? Is it better? It's this constant like excitement of finding the new thing. And I just don't really think that that's fun. If you find something that works really well, let me know and then I'll try it. But I'm not really interested in being everybody's dummy. Like, does that make sense? Like, I don't want to like find out if a product is good or not. Especially, I mean, I'm never gonna experiment with things on a client, obviously. I'll experiment with something on myself and then if I love it, I'll buy a clean one to use in my kit, but it's just not fun for me anymore. People get mad at these influencers because they're like, you just use the same products all the time, or like, you know, you never use anything different. And it's like, yeah, because I don't like using products that suck. Like, you find something that works and you stick with it. Like, I bounce around a little bit just like for the sake of doing something different, but for the most part, like, I never not want something to work really well. Does that make sense? Like, I'm never like, oh, I'll just use this because today I'm in the mood for like my makeup to look subpar. Like, no. So, continuing on this hot girl summer kick of mine, I have a couple concerts that I'm going to this summer. Oh, so excited. There's a lot of country concerts going on that I was trying to get tickets for, but everything just kept selling out from under me. I think everybody's like dying to go to concerts because it's been so long. But two of the concerts that I'm for sure going to that I've nailed down tickets for are Maroon 5. So excited. And Jonas Brothers. So those are two that I've secured tickets for. I'm going to Maroon 5 with my husband, which I'm really, really excited about. I love Maroon 5. I've loved Maroon 5 for a really long time. When I first started getting into music when I was like, you know, a child, when I was like 12, I loved Avril Lavigne and Maroon 5. Those were like my two favorites, and I've never seen Maroon 5 live. So very, very, very excited about that. I love like every single Maroon 5 song, so I'm gonna be really stoked about whatever they perform. Big Adam Levine fan. Jonas Brothers is gonna be so much fun. I'm going with my best friend Alyssa, and we're just gonna have like a grand old time. We both like grew up in the era of like Hannah Montana and absolutely love like Cheetah Girls, Lizzie McGuire, definitely big Jonas Brothers fans. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't a big camp rock person. I was a really big High School Musical person. Was still a big High School Musical person. I literally watch Cheetah Girls and Lizzie McGuire movie all the time. Like it's in the background constantly when I'm like sanitizing and just living my life. But Jonas Brothers concert, I'm so stoked about. I've heard such good things about them live. And they're going on tour, and I've seen so many girls like freaking out about it. So I'm really excited. I know that they were selling out of tickets really fast. So I ended up I bought them on pre-sale. They were doing some weird like MasterCard promotion. I don't know. I used my Costco card, but, you had to like, to get into the pre-sale, you had to have like a special card or something. But anyway, I ended up getting those secured, so I'm so excited. If any of you guys are makeup artists, I want to know how much better you are at doing other people's makeup than your makeup. because I really enjoy doing makeup. It's super fun on myself. Like I enjoy being like glam and pretty and whatever, but I am so much better at doing other people's makeup. Like when I do my own makeup, I'm like, this is really hard. Like, because, well, for one, you have so much more practice doing other people's, but you just can't see. I mean, right now I'm trying to like talk and work at the same time, but you just can't see what you're doing, the same angles that you have when you're doing other people's makeup. Okay, with this like really flared out smoky eye and like my big hair, I definitely have like Ariel Moore vibes. At least I think I do. You know talk about Ariel Moore? That's her name, right? Yeah, from Footloose, Juliana Huff, or whoever the other girl is in the old one. The new one I think is so much better. I mean, I like Footloose. I don't have a problem with the old one, but Juliana Huff, she's good at that role. She does a good job. That's a good movie. I feel like I need to get better at talking and doing makeup at the same time because I don't think I'm saying much. So I'm gonna tell you guys a story that happened in Vegas. So when I was in Vegas, we went on a helicopter ride, and this is something I really wanted to do for my birthday. We like made a reservation to fly this helicopter like at midnight over the lights, like right over the strip, right? So you can like see all the lights and see the full strip. And this is something I really wanted to do. I'd never ridden a helicopter before, and I was super, super excited. So leading up to my birthday, because we got to Vegas a couple days before my birthday, we're of course taking tons of pictures, enjoying, you know, Vegas, do what you do in Vegas. So I'm taking tons of pictures, lots of nightlife. So, you know, with your phone in the clubs, in the restaurants, bars, whatever, taking pictures. And my phone, the entire trip, the flash keeps turning on my phone. And I'm sure that there's some sort of setting that makes it, I have an iPhone 11 Pro. I'm sure there's some sort of setting that makes this happen, but I could not for the life of me get my flash to stop turning on. So the whole trip, it kept turning on, and then I would like go into the settings and turn it off because I didn't want the flash on. And when I'm at the, I guess, airport, like a little helicopter airport, you have to go through like real security and everything because it's like, you know, a real helicopter. I don't know. So we were getting like our orientation. They're explaining the rules. They're going over safety procedures like they do every time you're on a plane, except instead of getting on a plane, I was getting on a helicopter. And they tell me, you know, you're allowed to take photos, but your phone has to be in airplane mode, like just like any other airplane. And they're explaining the whole process to us, and they are telling us like, make sure there's no flash on your phone. And I was like, question, over here in the back, what happens if your flash turns on? And he's like, don't turn your flash on. Like, he didn't think that was a funny question, but I wasn't trying to be funny. I was like, seriously, like my flash is gonna turn on because it does. So we start loading up on this helicopter, and there's pilot, there's me, and there's my husband. So it goes pilot, Madison, Christian. So I'm literally like pilot is this close to me, okay? And we're like taking off, and I'm so excited, and I like whip out my phone, and I'm like ready to go, and I start filming, and I'm literally in his face, like this close to him, and my flash turns on, and the flash is like literally in this guy's face as he's taking off the helicopter. Like, the worst time to shine a flash in someone's face, I imagine, would be when you're, you know, doing liftoff. But my bad. My helicopter experience resulted in like blinding the helicopter pilot with my flash. So if anyone has any tips on how to not have your flash turn on, that would be great. What is that Vanessa Hudgens music video where she has like a shimmery silvery eye and she's wearing like a silver dress? Is that Say Okay? Do you know what I'm talking about? There's a music video. I can like picture it perfectly. I want to say there's rain involved. Is it raining? I don't know. But I feel like this is similar probably. My girlfriend I was telling you about, Alyssa, she's a little younger than me. But I am like, you know, like kind of like stuck in the olden days, as you can tell by all my references, of like Disney Channel and whatever. But she was telling me that I'm a Zennial, which I thought was interesting because I thought I was a millennial, but I guess I'm like hip and young like a Gen Zer, but like not as hip and young as Gen Z. Like I'm not like TikTok hip, but like I'm like Hannah Montana hip. Not hip, that's not the right word. I don't know. I think I'm a Zennial. If you guys are Zennials, please let me know if you are similar. Because I guess I'm the age of a millennial, but I think I was like a little behind as far as like my interests go. I had like, you know, very immature interests as a child. Like I watched Hannah Montana until I was like 15, which is apparently too old, but I don't care. Because I was born in 1994, so I definitely should be a millennial, but, well, I guess technically I'm a millennial, but I think I maybe fit more of the Zennial. Zennial? Is that what she said? Because Generation Z and millennial, Zennial. There's too much going on top to not do something on the bottom, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of Brun, just a little bit, and take that along the bottom. Just right along the lash line, just a little bit. I don't wanna make it like a super smoky eye, like I'm not doing like a black ring around the eye, but I think it'll be way too top heavy if we don't do a little something down here. Just a little bit along the outer corner. Or well, outer, I guess, lash line. I'm gonna stop blending the shadow now because I feel like it's getting muddy. But in an ideal scenario, I would not have taken this crease color this far, or this transition shade this far, and would have kept this crease color tighter down. So everything needs to go down a little bit, but I couldn't see. It's very hard to like film and do all this at the same time. Like I said, I'm better doing makeup on other people, okay? Anyway, it's so fun, it's okay. We're gonna line now. I already used some shadow to line out like my smoky liner, and then I'm just gonna take this little pen liner and just do right along the lash line. So we have kind of more of a smoky liner effect across the whole thing. Not necessarily a liquid liner effect. Sorry, can't talk and do this at the same time. I am so fascinated by these makeup artists that can like talk about true crime and do their makeup at the same time. I honestly don't know how you do that. Every time I'm with a client and I'm doing their liner, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna talk to you now because I can't. I cannot talk and apply a lash at the same time. I really just don't understand how people are doing that. My husband always makes fun of me because I'm always like, oh, I'm a good multitasker. I like to multitask. I'm very productive over here. And makeup is not a good example of that. I cannot do that. I just applied the Ardell Whispies, which are really big, really full. I traditionally wear the Demi Whispies, but like I said, we're going all out today. We're going crazy. This is an Inglot powder. Oh my gosh, I haven't used this in a long time. In addition to my concert plans, I'm doing a lot of fun stuff this summer. Lots of rodeos and outdoors activities. We're taking the boat out a ton. I love the lake and I love being out on the water. So we've been doing lots of camping, lots of outdoor stuff. And obviously my dogs love that too. We have a couple labs and they just absolutely love that, which if you guys have big dogs, tell me how you've trained them to be so good camping, because my dogs love camping and they love being outdoors, and I share a lot of that on social, but they're so crazy. Like, I feel like camping trips are so much work. They're not vacation, they're work, because the dogs are nuts. I do feel like my amount of work and like hardships that I experience camping nowadays, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm getting so old. Like, I used to just think camping was the most fun thing in the world, and I still do really enjoy it, but I'm like, this is so much work. Like, when you have to meal plan and you have to like get the whole family out and about, like, it is not a vacation, you guys. It is like a full chunk of work, and it's exhausting. I don't know how people, like, maybe they have trailers, like, so they can do it often because they just kind of like keep it like packed or whatever. But I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this, but it is so much work. I need like a vacation from my vacation every time we do outdoor stuff. It's crazy, but I don't even have kids. I just have dogs, and even that is like so much work. So I honestly don't know how people are like just such outdoors people all the time. Like I said, I live in Utah, and on July 24th, we have a state holiday in Utah, It's called Pioneer Day. I'm not entirely sure what it's about. I think it's when like the like LDS Mormon pioneer settlers like came to Utah. I think it's when they like came, and there's like this like monumental place at BYU or something, and it's called This Is the Place. And I think that somebody climbed a mountain that was a pioneer and said, this is the place, and decided that that's where they were gonna settle Utah. And I think that's what Pioneer Day is. But for me, it's just an excuse to, you know, drink and go to the rodeo. But I'm not actually sure exactly what it is. But anyway, I'm going to a rodeo and I'm so excited. I love rodeos. Like I said, I grew up in the South. I grew up going to like Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, which is very different than rodeos that I experience here in Utah. But I think it's so much fun. I love getting dressed up. I love a rodeo. It's so fun. Not too shabby, right? It's a full kind of look. I got this new liquid lipstick I've been dying to try out. This is the Dragon Beauty, Dragon Glass Matte Liquid Lip. Oh goodness, I don't know. I ordered this on Morphe's website, but the color is called Nikita, and I'm like so into this packaging. How beautiful is this? So gorgeous. That's probably like half of what you're paying for is this component here, but I'm dying to try it. It smells so yummy. Good packaging, really good packaging. Pretty. It's pinker than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be a little more nudie, but like I said, I have a tan on right now, so everything looks a little more pink, I think, when you have a tan. That's really pretty. I like that a lot. I like the packaging a lot. Comfortable, smells good, feels good, looks good. Pretty. I do need gloss though. I'm just gonna put a clear liquid gloss on top, literally just like clear gloss. It is a matte liquid lip, but I just want a little something. Thank you for joining me today, you guys. I had so much fun getting ready with y'all. I love doing this. This is the most fun thing that I get to do on social media, is just have some girl time and get ready and enjoy myself. So thank you so much for being involved and being a part of my community. Please follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will have a whole bunch of other details down in the description box below. There will be links and coupons and whatever I got for you down there. And I will see y'all in a later video. Mwah!